Welcome back to BRI Knowledge Center. In this session, we'll see like a couple of slides presentation where we can get into this Azure portal of this Azure cloud and can try to create register cognitive services further to access into our applications. If you look at this presentation, so when you log in into the Azure cloud portal, so you will have different options. So one of the option was, cognitive services. So if you look at here, this is where you can see cognitive services. Uh, Come back. Okay. Yeah. So this is where you can see these cognitive services, where you can click on this cognitive services, and then it will navigate through the cognitive services section. So once you click on this, you will get this cognitive services screen where you see different options here, and these all options related to cognitive services section. And you can see all cognitive services and speech services, language services, translator, and language understanding, piano maker, and computer vision, custom vision, face API, etc. So now I want to create a speech API. Hence, I am going to click on speech API here. So clicking on this here, you can have a create and view. So let's click on create. So once you click on speech service here, so it will be navigate another section of speech API where you have different tabs here, basics and network and identity and tags and review plus create tabs. So first of all, what we need to do is we need to give a subscription of your Azure account here, and then resource group anyway you have to mention it. Once you mention these two, then you come to a next section here. So where you need to specify the region where you want to be, where do you want to be create these markets of cognitive services and apply, spin up and run through, the specific region or resource groups with the region and etc. And then you need to specify the name of your cognitive service you wanted to give it for this piece service. And then you need to select for pricing type here. So we have standard and free kind of tire here. So I'm going to select free tire here, where it comes up with some a free kind of access to these APIs where I can directly integrate into my you know uh, applications. Okay, so once you do that and clicking on this next, so or you just click on create review plus create, because nothing to be specified in identity or network tags. Basically these are using it for to specify the tag names or identity and kind of stuff, as this is basic simple speech service creation. So then I'm just giving the prerequisite field values here, like subscription and resource group, and then name and region and pricing tier. Once I give all this stuff, because these are only the mandatory fields to create and kind of register kind of cognitive services. Hence just only giving this and then clicking on create is going to create the speech service with the given name. So in this case I just mentioned the name was demo speech to text, and then it will create and it will display the a kind of grid results here, where you can see the kind of cognitive service you are using it in the location which you are going to see here, because that is what you have mentioned there in the region. And then you can see all the other stuff, pricing tier and kind of created date and etc etc. So here once you click on this demo speech to text, then it will display you the details here, like kind of resource group you are mention it, and the location and the subscription ID. And this is what you need to understand and look at this is what the endpoint and the REST API call we are going to make it through this endpoint. So you have to note down this endpoint. So and then what you have to do is in this bottom section here, you just observe here we have a show of keys, where we have two keys here. These are the secret keys which you are going to use it for invoking or interacting this REST API. And you need to copy this and make a note, and somewhere you put this and save it into your local system, because this is by default showing in no kind of mask. So you just copy that. So once you did that, you will have all the keys here, because when you click on this show keys, it will show you like key one, key two, and the location which you mentioned it earlier in the speech to text, cognitive service creation steps, and then endpoint name. So once you know down this stuff, key one and the endpoint, perfectly, then go back to your application and then start using of this speech to text API, REST API. That's a cognitive service. Okay, so this is something kind of a screenshot. I just kept in my presentation to make a small understanding to how to create this Microsoft cognitive services. That means how to register or how to get these keys and the endpoint of cognitive services, so that you will have exact relevant endpoint and the key to be integrated into your applications. So let's quickly get into another session where we run through this endpoint and key using C# application in the very initial demo, and see like how a text is converting into a speech, and then see like other APIs. Okay, so this is something process which we need to follow to create register your kind of a cognitive services on Azure portal. Thanks for listening to this video, and please subscribe this channel for more videos. Thank you.